Ah. There we go. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Oh, is my microphone working? Yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. We're having a good day. On the wrong side. Now muted. Okay. There we go. That's better. Let's go right there. We'll try that out. The kid put wrong setting. Hold on. There we go. I think that'll probably work out the best. What if we just draw a bunch of really tiny rugbies today? That could be funny. A herd of goblins. Just get warmed up here real quick and we'll jump into it. It is Friday. It is the viewer suggestion. So we're going to be drawing some things from the community posts. Da, 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 da. One random little mouse girl. Ooh, my mic is pinging red. Hopefully we keep streaming today. Weird. How zoomed in did I go? Not that zoomed in. Okay. Let's see. What can we draw? I need to draw some crabs. We need to draw crabs every day for the game now. We need to find good crab shapes. Things that will make good enemies. And then we can make some interesting crabs. Exactly, yeah. Corvus knows what's going on. Got Bitsy on the brain. Yeah. At some point, I need to just... I guess if all of my stuff is always going to be at a 45-degree angle, I just need to draw my crabs at 45-degree angles. Or do I need to draw them straight with 45-degree angles? Complex. Complex and curious. Crabs are weird because they have little hand mouths. And little mouths for their hands. Or little hands for their mouths. As well as their mouth that is a hand. Very strange. Very strange creatures. Too many crabs. I think the biggest problem I'm having when I'm drawing crabs is that, like, they look really weird, but, like, you don't really realize how weird they look until you start staring at them for too long. And, like, they're spidery little things, and so if you try to make them, like, tiny and cute, it's a lot of legs. It's just a mess. Like, piles of crabs are just horrific. I went back to the drawing board yesterday and redid the animation, the little crab walking animation, and I went to like a 8-bit just like sprite swap where it pops up and down. I think it looks way better. But Jordan, welcome in. How are you today? More crabs. Old Bay is required. Yeah, like the weird thing about crabs is that like their claws are almost the same size as their body. And they're flat. Like that's the other part. So like really crab claws should be like that, I guess. If that's the... Yeah, I guess that's right. It just doesn't look right. Maybe it does. Maybe that looks okay. I think I need more verticality. I need tall crabs, which don't exist in nature. Wizard crabs. Hermit crabs, I guess? Give them big old shells. We got things to think about. We got things to think about. How are you today, Jordan? How are you today, Corvus?
I'm okay.
Supposedly they added skewing. Or maybe they will add skewing? I don't know. Nope. It's not here yet. Crabs. That is not visible at all. For like a... It's not great. Hold on, I gotta redraw my crab. It looks like a traffic cone, is what I've drawn. How's the temperature doing there?
It could be worse.
Tried to play D&D last night, and the kid just like rampaged through it. So I'm exhausted. Is that from
Skyrim.
Skyrim. Okay. I was gonna say Elden Ring. I thought it was really funny that like the Elden Ring lobster crab things are just... They feel so out of place to me.
Well, there's crabs and then there's like the prawns that like can snipe you.
Super weird.
I mean, they're always near water.
Yeah, but why are they so big? I guess they're just gorging on the infinite undeath that exists.
Mm-hmm. But also, Miyazaki likes crabs. He loves throwing crabs at people.
It's weird.
Like, don't you remember the weird frozen crystal crabs?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember
Dark
them.
Souls?
It's just I just don't know why they exist in this universe.
They will exist in every universe that Miyazaki is part of.
Philip, welcome in. It's Friday. Yes, it is. I want the deep lore from where the crabs come from. That's what I want.
Because one thing will always be true. Any game that Miyazaki makes will have two things in it: crabs and a poison swamp that makes you want to like rage quit.
Did he make I know it's the same company, but was he in charge of Armor Core? think he was. I'm in a constant argumentative state with Dalcor about whether or not the crab game should have stats. I think we've come to the consensus that they should have stats visible somewhere, but they should be kind of hidden. Jordan, you don't have to delete your messages. Like, you're good. You're good to talk to people. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna dive in and start making suggestions. Here we go. Oh, I forgot the Druid. Druid drew with us on Wednesday, so we only have 3 left. And we might work on something else. A chunky great white wereshark. Bard playing the lyre for his pet seal. That seems dangerous. Chunky wereshark, huh? I mean, I think that means we're drawing Jeff the Shark.
King Shark.
That's not chunky, that's a... it's a big old boy.
Same thing in my mind.
Would you say that the Rock is chunky? Or...
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Now, would I call him fat? No. But he is chunky. He is a big boy.
I'm trying to...
I'll see. He probably eats more than I do, to be completely honest.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
no, like, he eats like 4,000 calories a day.
Yeah. So.
But that doesn't necessarily make you chunky. Skip Cat was chunky. He was not buff. He was a chunky cat. Sumo wrestlers. Chunky. They're also buff.
Yep.
Chunky.
They eat lots of calories and carry massive rocks through sand.
I should rename the crab game like I Hate the Ocean. To Jeff the Land Shark. Pretty much. Is a lyre the harp or the bowl guitar? Can't remember what a lyre is. I think it's the harp, right?
So, a lyre is... Hang on.
It's like the Greek little hand harp. Is my guess. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so... Because you got, like, lyres, and you got the guitarra, and then harp.
David, welcome in.
I think the only big difference is...
Lute is the big guitar. Okay.
between like a lyre and a harp is just the shape. I could be wrong.
We talked about the Nutty Professor a week or so ago.
No, we talked about the absent-minded professor.
You're right. You're right. Absent-minded. I was gonna say. I was thinking about Flubber when you said that. The Nutty Professor was the
Eddie Murphy movie.
Eddie Murphy movie, yeah.
Movies.
Oh, I
At
forgot
least
they
two.
made multiples, didn't they? They're okay. I've watched them.
It's basically like Medea movie before there was Medea.
Explain that.
Because
What does that mean?
Tyler Perry plays multiple characters in Medea. And Eddie Murphy plays multiple characters in The Nutty Professor. He basically plays his parents, grandparent, and grandparents. And maybe uncle?
Yeah, I think uncle.
Yep.
That movie came out, what, like 20 years ago?
Oh, probably more than that. It was that one. Yeah, like.
I'm gonna guess 2002.
30 years.
Is it 30 years ago?
No. 30 years ago, 96.
Wow.
Well, maybe not 30 years exactly. What, 29?
That was close enough.
Yeah.
Betharian, a curious blend of overrated and underrated. Robin Williams or Freddie Mercury? Elliot, I'm confused. I'm confused about where you're coming from today.
Yeah, 29 years. So, almost 30.
Would a were shark have fins? I think not. I think that would make him a shark.
Yeah. You may would have like webbed hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him flippers for sure.
Those do not make.
He's gonna have.
That does not
fingers.
make fins. Oh, Jordan. You saying that just made those things just start playing in my head.
Harlan Williams. Is that the name of his character in the show, in the movie?
I think so, Harlan. But it was the talking about the family dinners scenes that they're always ridiculous.
The only thing I remember is lots of farting, which
Yep.
honestly turned me off to part of the movie.
Oh, Mr. Sophisticated over here.
I don't know. Fart jokes were not my forte.
As like a 4-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid, they were hilarious.
Sure.
Definitely probably shouldn't have watched that movie when I was that young either.
I was just talking to one of my friends went and saw the new Naked Gun, and I was like, those movies are probably way more influential on me as a kid than I give them credit for. So I might have to go watch
You're
that.
old.
Yeah. Naked Gun, Airplane.
I didn't watch. I watched Naked Gun. At least I watched I think the second Naked Gun.
Hot Shots is really funny to me.
I definitely remember watching Dracula Dead and loving it
I haven't
more
seen that one.
than
Watch that one.
Naked Gun. So it's a Mel Brooks movie, but it has Leslie Nielsen in it, and he's Dracula.
Mel Brooks made a lot of good movies.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Harlan played Fred Randall in The Rocket Man and Sonar and Down Periscope. Oh, is that the guy that makes all the voices? I'm thinking of Spaceballs again. I've only seen Down Periscope once. I don't remember it. Medford Campus came with a lot of stuff I watched. Old movies. I'm struggling with this Wereshark. I wanted to make it like Bear Chunk. I feel like I've made him a... I don't know what. I've just drawn a shark. A shark with arms.
Looks like you specifically drew a whale shark.
Let's try again. Let's define the body shape first, and then we'll go from there. His influence was a lot older than other parents with kids my age. Yeah, that makes sense. My dad was a big movie. I guess he still is kind of a big movie nut. So I watched a lot of movies when I was a kid. Not so much as I got older. I worked at a video store for a long time, so I saw a lot of movies. But I didn't watch a lot of movies, if that makes sense.
Yes. Druid's here.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Because I'm probably about to leave here in a second. I would feel bad leaving you to the stream by yourself.
That's alright. I can handle it. How you doing, Druid?
I'm okay. I did already burn myself out creatively, though, so I'm not going to be drawing in stream.
Yeah, what are you working on?
I was going to say, Rook does only have 3 suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that much today.
You'll get through them all. But if I did help, that would mean that you could... No, never mind. I tend to take the entire time on one drawing anyway, so you'd be sitting there while I puttered away.
We'll see how I get through this shark, man, because this is taking way longer than I thought it would. I'm also drawing very tiny. I didn't realize that until just now.
Yeah. Fill up the canvas.
Whoops. All kinds of dumb stuff today. Oh my gosh. I keep trying to use Photoshop controls and it breaks everything.
Yup. I was running into that Wednesday. I got very used to critic controls, which are non-standard shortcuts.
Jordan, I don't see a witch. When did you suggest this?
Did you recently, add it after Wednesday?
Maybe
Was
I
it
have...
suggest? Somebody suggested something in the stream on Wednesday, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't think
looks
that was
like
Jordan.
people. Looks like people have been adding stuff.
Well, let me look. For some reason my community page doesn't always show up.
YouTube.
Because is a Batfolk War Priest?
I got that.
Okay, never mind then. Because it said 1 day ago. I was like, that was yesterday.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, no witch. Jordan. It isn't one of your redacted messages, was it, from the other day?
Well, maybe. Oops. I think the only one I'm missing here is a necromancer goblin with a pet vulture. So I'll add that to the list. Yeah, I looked, it isn't there. Yeah, that's very strange. I mean, you can suggest it now if you want. But sharks have nose? I don't think they have nose holes, do they?
Some of them look like they do sometimes, but it's usually scarring or the beginning line of the row of electrosensors.
Okay.
Nerd.
I love sharks. They are cool. I will say this prompt of a shark with its pet seal is I find as disturbing as a person who has a pet commercial like food grade pig breed as a pet.
Hate to tell you this, Jared.
I know
All
what
pigs
happens.
are food grade pigs.
See, like pot-bellied pigs.
Not pot-bellied
less
pigs.
so.
They're so. Funny thing is, because I learned this back in high school in ag class, that pot-bellied pigs are in fact not pot-bellied pigs, but a type of slightly smaller Vietnamese pig that is basically the pork that you get in Vietnam.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
so
Cool. Yep.
pot-bellied pigs do not stay small. They will just grow up to be short, big round barrels, because they don't get super long, but they'll get big, regardless. So there is no quote unquote like miniature pig or pot-bellied pigs.
Teacup pigs or what are those? Just piglets?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Well,
I think there's been people who've been trying to make smaller ones, but I don't know.
good. More eugenics for pets. Fantastic. That's worked out great for us so far.
I mean, dogs.
I'm specifically referencing all of the health issues all of our dog breeds have.
Okay. On the one side, like getting pigs and dogs with like dwarfism is maybe not great,
Yeah.
but munching cats is so damn cute. On the other side, so yeah.
I think it's just because you're biased towards cats.
I mean, I like cats.
I feel really bad for cats with dwarfism, the stubby little legs.
It's the same thing with like
Cats.
Persian cats are really cool, but also I don't know.
They're the pugs of the cat world.
Yeah, those bugs in the cat world. If you're a were creature, do you just let your junk hang out? Like, how's that work?
I mean, I would, but if it's warm enough, I do anyway. So I'm probably not the person to ask.
I'll just do this.
I figure if you've got a tail, pants are gonna be a real bother.
Sure.
And if the wear transformation causes you to gain a substantially larger frame, you either gotta buy specialty clothes or just deal with walking around naked.
This sounds like you're a certain agenda, Druid.
It's not part of my agenda.
I'm hyper burnt out on politics talk. I don't know what happened. I just hit a limit. Hit a limit in the last few days.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't brought it up.
No, you haven't. I just agenda made me kind of traumatized for a second. Like,
Oh,
not again.
Sorry.
I was gonna make
I'm
an
right
an
there
agenda
with-
joke, and then I was just like, nope, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah. I'm kind of right there with you. For the last 2 weeks, if anybody has brought up anything even remotely like tangentially political or culture worry, I'm just like, nope. We need to steer very clear of this because I can't right now.
South Park took up the mantle, and now I can relax a little bit.
Yep.
Scripts have been more popular historically for were creatures, or just in general.
Oh, I think in general, in terms of clothing.
Oh, skirts have just existed more than pants.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Pants are hard.
pants are hard. They require a lot of cloth. They're more difficult to wash and keep clean.
But riding horses.
Yeah, they're kind of important for riding horses.
Yep.
And for keeping your bits from
Getting frostbite.
getting frostbit. Yeah, in certain climates.
It's got to have something to do with thorns too. Like, thorns exist in most parts of the world, right?
Yeah,
I guess
Thorns,
chaps
briars,
exist for
thistles.
thorns, not just pants. Chaps are different.
so the Native Americans of the like the Sonoran Desert and most of the southwestern United States and northern Mexico, didn't like chaps was a pretty big part of their clothing, but there's kind of a wide range of the stuff that in terms of the amount of stuff that covers the loins. The most important thing, and I think it's specifically because of the prickly pear cactus, is the moccasins are built very specifically with the thickest part of the leather as like an extra padding in front of the toe to catch cactus pricks before
Interesting.
they drive into your foot.
I'm rolling dice. I need a smaller die. We can just divide it by 2. I rolled a 1. Little Red Riding
Flip a
Hood, Red
coin.
Cap. Okay, here's the question. Little Red Riding Hood, Red Cap. Are red caps gendered? And if so, do they all have beards?
I have only ever seen male red caps.
Correction, you've only seen red caps with mustaches and beards. Does that make them male? These are my questions.
Jeez, Corvus, you're so conservative.
Bite me.
Sorry, Rook.
Are red caps mammals? I don't know. Like, they're gnomes and fairy and maybe a little mushroom. So,
Yeah, maybe. My question is always, is a garden gnome the same as a red cap?
I think so. I think it just assumes that garden gnomes are bloodthirsty and very tricky.
Which I would believe.
Now, I have seen naked little garden gnomes. So, garden gnomes have visible sex stuff,
Yeah.
and sometimes visible sex. So, like, there could be an argument there.
Quote from Pathfinder Wiki: red caps look like small, wrinkled old men with oversized hands and feet and the huge bat-like ears. Apparently, there are female red caps that have shorter, patchier beards
Okay.
and slimmer bodies. with less hair on their hands than males. So yes, there apparently are
The short beards
scruffy
are the
female.
females.
Yep.
Dwarf rules.
I like it when the hoods are just too big for their bodies.
When it's pretty obvious that at least 50% of the reason that they're pissed all the time is because they keep tripping over the tip of their cap.
Something like that. I like that. When we played back in the day, and I was my red cap.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra kept changing the color of the hat. I think my character should have freaked out more. Like in retrospect.
Probably. I assumed that you were just reining it in so that the campaign wouldn't go
I was.
absolutely bonkers and end up with PvP.
But within less about
appreciated.
PvP, but like I think my character should have thought he was dying because his his cap was the wrong color, or like I have to kill somebody.
Right.
I gotta die red. What do red caps look like? Yeah, many questions.
The magic is fading.
No!
I'm dying.
I'll get you all later. I'm going now.
All right, see you later.
All right,
Have
cool.
fun.
See ya.
Mm-hmm.
What was the prompt here? Little Red Riding Hood cap.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just a red cap with a hood.
Yeah. One of those witch-themed hoodies, maybe, with where the hood is extremely elongated.
Draw it in a wolf's mouth. Could give it like a wolf. Wolf components somewhere.
Mm.
It's not a bad idea. That's a pretty big hoodie. Could do the curls too.
Push it towards androgynous.
The beard is doing a lot of the walking here.
Yep.
What if he's got two hats on? He's got the red hood and then he's got an actual cloak.
I like it.
How's your week going?
Pretty good. We, me, Burning, Sierra, and Dagon all met last night to do session 0 for
Oh, yeah.
the Daggerheart campaign that I'm running.
How'd that go?
It went pretty well. Sierra unfortunately had a migraine and couldn't actually join the call, so we were like split between an actual voice call and text. But other than that, everything went pretty well. We came to the realization that about 25% of everything mechanically in Daggerheart is basically boils down to improv prompts,
Yeah.
which totally understand. Also makes me go, I don't think Daggerheart is for as many people as D&D.
That was the thing I was noticing when I was reading it. Is like a lot of these rules are just like, I don't know, do what you want. It's like, that's good that you're saying that, but also make the fucking rules. Like,
Yeah.
so,
I'm very sick of and if you want to do more, have the GM make it up.
yeah.
Bitch, this is already really GM like prep heavy.
It was fun, I hope, though. Was it hard to track? Like, did you have to... Was it more necessary to have more than just, like, your notepad in front of you, or... Do you feel like you came away with a lot of notes, tracking dice and stuff?
Well, because it was a session 0 in Daggerheart is specifically, like, you meet together for character creation, because it's got a lot of, like... I think it's powered by the Apocalypse system that has a lot of, like, you're supposed to make your characters together at the table and then ask each other questions about what other people think, what other people's characters know and think about your character and how they interact.
Okay.
So that's mostly what we ended up doing. We went over a few of the mechanics, and the character sheet actually does a really good job of having places for you to track everything.
That's good.
So yeah, I was really worried about all the stuff you have to track, I'll admit, but I'm less worried about it now. And there isn't really like a proper virtual tabletop to play with, so we're split between the players have their character sheets and stuff in the Demiplane character creation. Because they've got all the materials and resources and stuff for that. And then we're going to play the game, do the map stuff on it's a really pared down generic virtual tabletop called Owlbear Rodeo. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've not heard of this. They're going to get sued, but that's neither here nor there.
No, like Owlbear Rodeo is specifically like you can play anything because all it is map maker or not a map maker. So you can upload maps and you can do fog of war on those maps and you can have people track their character movement on it. That's literally all it is.
Leaf, welcome in. Is that a shark? Yeah, it's a were shark playing a liar. Welcome in, by the way. Little Red Riding Hood and a big bad bugbear. That could be pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyway,
I was gonna check Foundry and see if it has any Daggerheart functionality, because I'm sure someone will eventually build something for it.
Probably, but nobody has yet. Specifically because there is a clause in Daggerheart's terms of use that says that third parties are not allowed to build virtual tabletops for it.
Interesting. Is it gonna have its own then?
I'm not sure.
Gotta go. No problem. Life.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I don't think so. They are paired with Roll20, and
that would make sense.
what's the D&D one that they?
Well, Roll20 is just it's a table. It's a
Yeah. They like, what's the one that Sam always did commercials for?
Oh, D&D Beyond.
Yeah. So they officially are paired with D&D Beyond.
Interesting.
And have allowed Roll20. And I don't think anybody else specifically has permission yet. I suspect they're going to give permission. There was a little bit of controversy about this. A lot of people up in arms being like, they did the thing that everybody's pissed at Hasbro for doing, and it is kind of like that. But like, it reads to me more as a thing to prevent Hasbro from trying to
Monopolize it.
yeah, from trying to basically take control of their IP. Anyway, so
Yeah,
Foundry doesn't have anything yet.
Okay.
I think a couple of people have like done kind of like shoehorned in some stuff, but it's technically illegal. Nobody's been prosecuted for it yet, but technically it is illegal.
That's the thing about Foundry though. Is Foundry is the open source, so like anybody could build
Yeah.
it, right? Like that's the big thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And because like you pay for the functionality of Foundry. I don't think you pay for anything else. After that, you just download whatever you want. So
Yeah.
maybe they just can't host it. That would make sense if they can't host it.
Yeah, I think that is the case.
Because it's the same thing with like all the Patreon based. What are the words I'm looking for? Modules and stuff that we install.
Yeah.
It's like it's all third parties. So like none of that's legal for resale, but
Yeah,
whatever.
technically.
So yeah, I bet that they're. I think if they are partnered with D&D Beyond still, that could be a big reason why. Of just like that makes sense that they have to fulfill those contracts for however long.
Yeah, an exclusivity contract for a period of time, probably. Yeah, that would make sense to me as well.
So they'll eventually get there.
And they are a small company competing with Hasbro, so it makes sense that they would also very much need to get their money's worth.
The giant
But,
sneakers are throwing me off here, but that's okay. The
Giant what?
I gave him giant iron sneakers.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure I should have done that.
I heard speakers and I was like, wait, what?
I
Did
got
you get new speakers?
The game is pretty much done, coding wise. This is not true. Dang it, I forgot. I haven't implemented multiplayer yet, but like, from what I wanted to give to people so that they could play it for single player, that's all done. It's all done. So now it's just tweaking, and then I get to start doing a shit ton of art because there are a billion assets I have to make now. So I'm excited for that, but I have to start remaking all this stuff. So if we run out of suggestions today, I might start working on some of those. But I think this weekend I'm going to try to get that base package out to all the Patreon members. So if you are a Patreon member, I'll post that over there. People can try it out, give me their feedback, and like I want all the feedback. I want bugs. I want this character walks too fucking slow. I want anything and everything. So that's gonna be fun.
Just don't be an ass about it.
Oh,
I
even
don't
care.
like it because it's not the type of game I like. Is not helpful feedback.
That is not helpful feedback. Yeah. That's just
being an ass.
I don't even know if that's being an ass. Like, if I put a comment on a game that was, did not care for this game, I'd be like, why did you put the effort to put a comment here? like why? Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, unfortunately, we live in a day and age where internet culture is people's opinion equates to good or bad and or morality.
Did not enjoy 1 star.
Yeah. This game was not for me, which means it's garbage and you should feel bad about yourself.
There is a little, we were talking a little bit about this the other day, and like the don't think what I didn't say mentality. And I've been putting that a lot more towards, I've always been pretty chill about people's comments on YouTube because partially I just don't care in general.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, that sucks, be like, okay. But like, So I take critique pretty well, I think, from years of schooling in art. But at the same time, like, there are people that just, like, they just post stuff because they're mad.
Yeah, and they want to make you miserable with them.
And I think a lot of online content creators, especially like new people, like take those very personally. And I think you're right. Like it's an age where if I don't like something, it's shit. And so like I think it's very important if you are doing art to learn to filter that out, right? Like be able to really decide like that's not valid. And that's dangerous, though, because a lot of people I know who are not good at taking critique, when I say they're not good at taking critique, really what that means is they disregard all critique because it's not what they think. So it's like, hey, I don't know if this works. Like, it's fine. And it's like, it's fine. It's like, you're not going to listen to me. It's like, okay. Like, so there's a point where you have to listen to things, but then you have to get really good at kind of filtering those two things out. Like when is critique valid and when is critique not critique. So
yeah, I also totally want to get out ahead of things and be like the reason I bring it up specifically is one because I like to complain about people being idiots on the internet, which means that I am inherently guilty of the thing that I am calling out.
Okay.
I am aware of this and I apologize.
That's fair.
I will try to be better. But also, like, I think that for the most part, your audience, especially you guys who are here, like, day in and day out for the viewer suggestions, you guys are pretty chill, chat. So, like, I'm not worried about you. I'm mostly trying to be like, you know what, like, the internet could have better rules for social interaction, and
that's an interesting concept of like because like would you have the internet enforce it, or is it just a code of conduct?
I think it should be a code of conduct. I think that we should have internet manners.
Sure. GG, I got that. I wrote it down for you. I put that on the list. I think I'm about done with this red cap, so I'm just about ready to roll again. Out of all the stuff that's come out the thing, I want to hear what Rook's perspective after having played Tales of Valiant? Tales of the Valiant? I don't know what that is. Is that a new system that came out after the D&D debacle? Chill me? Cleric.
Tales of the Valiant.
Oh, Forging Cleric. Got it. Yeah.
Kobold Press, new TTRPG.
Oh, it's Kobold Press's tabletop RPG?
Looks like it.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I made the video saying that you don't have to play 5e anymore because there's so many good things to play out there, but like I don't even have the time to play the things I want to play, and there's still more things to still more games. So
you're kind of making the switch to maker of games as opposed to player of games, which is not a bad thing to do. But yeah, it looks like Tales of the Valiant is Kobold Press's Operation Black Flag.
I used to want to work for Bungie really bad. I've had some friends that have worked for Bungie and basically told me I've dodged a bullet, so it's like okay. But that being said, they didn't hire me. It's not that I like decided not to work there. They just never hired me. So
gotcha.
So that's not hubris. I sucked and didn't get the job. My friends got the job. They said I dodged a bullet. It's like, okay, cool. I don't feel so bad. But they used to, one of the requirements for working for Bungie at the time was you had to be at least good at Halo. Like, you had to play enough Halo that you like understood and like passionately loved the game, and they knew you liked it because you were good at it. And so they had like tournaments in the office and stuff all the time, and I got to meet some of those guys and play in some of those games just because. But yeah, I always thought that was kind of interesting, and I think that's a good thing because I've worked on projects that I just like I didn't really care about the end product, and it was really easy to be like, yeah, I don't care about this. So I'm trying really hard to lean into the stuff that I want to make. So yeah, Shadow Blue, welcome in. Kobold Flat, the Black Flag stuff. Gotcha. I'm tired. I think we're about to call it on this bad boy. I'm gonna shade up this thing, and then we'll roll the dice for the next suggestion. But yeah, like you're talking about with online etiquette, I think that's important. I think it's important, but I don't think it needs to be. My issue with it, and it's not an issue of like I don't think we should do that. My issue with it is that like I think it should be the same etiquette that we just give to people in general. Like we shouldn't have to teach people special rules about the internet. It's just like, hey, don't be an asshole. Don't say anything if you don't need to. But who knows?
Yeah.
Feels like
generally I agree with you, but I don't know if it feels like everybody's forgotten how to not be an ass.
Yeah.
Even IRL.
Yeah, I think that's because we stopped forcing people to be in IRL. In IRL, that was great. We've kind of lost a lot. There was a comedian that was talking about this too. Like some people's only human interaction is talking to the clerk at the store when they buy groceries, and now we're going to like self-checkout, and it's just breaking society because they no longer get that human connection. So, but
that's
like, yeah,
kind of depressing.
It is kind of depressing, but it's also funny. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of I got a lot out of college that wasn't so much teaching as just like how do you deal with people and how do you talk to people, and so that I think is still very valuable. And I think we focus more on like test scores and metrics instead of actual human connectivity, which is kind of sad. And like that was a big thing about why are we doing group projects? It's like because you have to learn how to work with people, and then you don't grade them on their working ethic. You grade them on the project, and it's like that's not good.
Yeah.
It feels like Paizo did.
Yeah.
It feels like what Paizo did when they created Pathfinder, but for 5e, very much in the dial at the veins. That was a requirement. That was a requirement. What was a requirement? Cleric?
No, I think they were commenting on you had to be good at Halo. You had to be invested in Halo in order to get the job.
Yeah, I don't know if you didn't have to like be super great, but like they wanted to see your account, your stats, and like they wanted to see that you actually like played the game and played it a lot enough to know stuff about it.
Which honestly, I think for a video game company, I think that's a smart thing to ask of people.
Something that happened with Final Fantasy XIV is when they made 14, it was made by a group of people that didn't play it and weren't really interested in MMOs, and it sucked. And it sucked so bad that they fired the director and the group of people, and they basically went back to the drawing board and said, hey, people that are going to play this game, our direct competitor is World of Warcraft. Go play World of Warcraft and see what people like about it, and then come back. So and we'll talk about that. And so they made it a lot more similar to WoW than like Final Fantasy XI was, but it lost some of its charm. But it's much better than whatever the hell the first 14 iteration was, because it was hot garbage. It was not fun. All right, I'm rolling some dice. Here we go. 4, female human forge cleric. Chef with an oversized chef hat, heating their pan for preparation for news. Okay, so I probably won't draw that part, but we will draw a human forge cleric with an oversized pan. Oversized chef hat and a pan. There we go. Got it. Okay, she's going to have a big old hat.
Hey Elliot, did for Tales of the Valiant, did they have they released like a PDF or anything yet, or is it just this video that shows up on the front page of Kobold Press? I'm having a hard time locating anything about like mechanics or anything.
Where was I going with that?
I don't know. Sorry, but like, I've pushed you all over the place.
No, it's all right. I was talking about Bungie for a specific reason. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I've moved into creator space. Yeah, it's. for people that are making worlds right now, like tabletop RPGs, I do think it's important that you play a couple different RPGs, you know, so it's not just it's not just like, oh, this is just a 5e clone, or I have to make something so unique. It's like, you don't, like, look at a couple of these systems and take the things you like from each of those systems and make something new. So I'm glad that they're making new tabletop RPGs. I think that's really good. I think it's great to have more variety and more fun and inspirational things out there. So I'm excited. We're in a good time right now. We have lots of options.
Yeah.
But I do also feel like there is a plethora of people making games because they don't want 5e anymore, but they've never played other tabletop RPGs.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and so they don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's maybe not necessarily helpful that everybody's like shotgunning their new system into the ether.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot of like, hey, get out there, play a whole bunch more games, and figure out why. Because like some of the things you're struggling with has been solved by the Apocalypse system, and solved by what's the other one? Shoot, I can't remember what it's called. It doesn't matter. Dennis did a really good job with Sagas. I think Sagas is really cool. It's fresh enough and unique enough that it doesn't really like claim to replace anything. It's just like, hey, build whatever you want and go have fun with it. And I think that was a really smart place to go to.
Yeah, totally.
Tales of the Valorant Quick Starter Guide, Cold Press Store.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much for posting that. Yeah, I 100% agree that everybody should play a bunch of different systems. I am still occasionally plugging away at the TTRPG system that I was making for myself, just for fun. And every time I pick up a new system to play, I find stuff that I'm like, this is really good. I could adapt something similar to this and it would make my game better.
Yep.
And I love that. And it's also really, really useful to play systems and see where they fall short. To be like, I need more from my game in these specific areas.
I'm gonna try really hard to turn this chef's coat into like armor. I saw a Instagram post that I think you would appreciate. It had like someone was drawing pauldrons over and over and over again. And so it was a whole page of just different historical. They're like, these are all historical pauldrons, and then at the very end, it's like, and this is what you draw. It's just like a shitty fantasy shoulder pad, and I'm like, fair enough. Reference, people, find your references. You ever played Monster Hunter before? I have, yeah. What was the one I played last? I think the last one I played was whichever one Mercer voiced.
Worlds.
Was it Worlds? I was gonna say it's World, but it didn't sound right. Yeah, I played Worlds last, and I got really frustrated with it, and I quit.
I also played World up until just the start of high rank, and then I stopped because I didn't want to fight all of the same monsters but harder all over again before I got to anything new.
That's what I did. I basically ran through the storyline until it was like, now grind, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. I really like there's a lot that I really like about Monster Hunter. The fact that so much of it is RNG really bothers me still. I feel like that's a letdown. And the fact that you're supposed to be part of an organization that safeguards ecologies, and you go in and absolutely decimate ecologies.
Yeah.
That bothers me. I don't like being part of Fantasy PETA.
Fantasy Team Rocket.
Yeah.
We'll save all the Pokemon by kidnapping them. It's like, what? there is a lot of weird justifications in that game.
Yeah.
Because like I totally get the farmer mentality of like, there's too many deer, we should go hunt down the deer. Like there's too many of these things eating these things, so we need to fix that. But like, a big part of that is humans' fault.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
whereas,
exactly. Like
as in
there are
Monster
too many
Hunter, it's
deer
just like,
because
it's just like we should go eat these things. It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, there are absolutely too many deer IRL because we killed all the wolves.
Yep. We must become the wolves.
Mm.
Who was the Insta artist? I don't know. It was a passing thing. But I would post it if I knew where it was. I should have sent it to Druid, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay.
I found there are games for like one night, games for a month, and games for like 8 to 12 week games. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like there's some really good games that I love that when I go back and check on like the Steam profile, it's like, you played this for 6 hours. I'm like, really? Like, I love that game. It was so good. But then there's other games like what was like Helldivers. When Helldivers came out, it was right before the boy was born, and so we were just like, this is gonna be the game we're gonna play for a while, because this is probably the last like big game we're gonna get to play. And God, we put hundreds and hundreds of hours into it, and it was like, I don't know how we did that. So it's interesting to see how like those different kind of metrics play out. But I saw a short the other day, and they were like, they found a Game Crazy promo Pokemon game, and they were like looking at it, and they're like, somebody played this game for like 22 hours, and they put it in, they're like, how do they have 22 hours into this game and no Pokemon in it? They only have the starter Pokemon. I'm like, that was a Game Crazy promo. That means it got put into a Game Boy, turned on, and never touched again. Like, it was just left there for people to play.
Oh.
And I'm like, how do these guys not, like, that's minimal research and thought put into that video, and it made me lose my mind. I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry. That's a weird pet peeve anecdote thing that I had to yell about based on time played. So yeah, like Minecraft, same thing. Minecraft and World of Warcraft and like Final Fantasy 14. I played a lot of Final Fantasy 14, but I've also turned on my computer and then walked away for a day. So I don't know how much of that actually like represents how much I played it, and how much of I just left my computer on while my character stood by the auction house. Which I feel like I did that in Minecraft a lot too. I would be building something and I would just kind of like walk away from the computer.
Yep. Especially if you've set something up that either like needs to grow or happens automatically. I've had tons of automatic farms that I've been like AFK at for like
weeks.
yeah, like 12 hours at a time for like a week and a half in order to get enough resources for me to actually build the thing that I want to build. Which you've told me this before, and it is genuinely good criticism. At that point, I might as well just be playing creative mode.
Yeah, like I really liked playing on like hardcore mode.
Yeah,
but like building things doesn't to me doesn't feel any more when you build something in that game, like the act of completing it is the thing. It's like, yeah, I got it done, it's great. And so when you play in hardcore mode where things can just be blown up all the time, it just stops being a challenge after you understand how the game works.
Yep.
And so it's no longer a challenge, it's just more time. And it's like, okay, more time is not fun. It's got to be like, there needs to be challenges. So like the first time you explore a dungeon, great. The first time you build something or you figure out how a farm works so you can get farther in the game, great. But then once you understand that, and it's just repetition.
Yeah, it just becomes a grind.
It's just a grind. It's like, oh.
It's a chore. It becomes a chore. Jordan's asking if you saw their suggestion.
I did. It is on the list. Yep.
Cool. And let's see.
The Dice Gods just chose this one. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
Those guys are fickle.
Elliot, I'm like looking through looking through this system. It feels so much like first edition Pathfinder. I'm a little confused. So I'm right now I need to I'm gonna look at the character sheet and I'm gonna look through the rules to see what's different.
I'm trying real hard not to talk about Kobold Press because I don't have anything bad to say about them. I just don't have anything good to say about them either.
Yeah. They're kind of like kobolds.
Yeah. I can't remember who the writer is for a lot of their stuff. I thought they hired someone pretty famous.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, everything I see of this so far, I'm like, if I wanted to play something in this sort of system, I'd just do first edition Pathfinder.
yeah. A
Was
little bit
it-
powered by the Apocalypse stuff, basic loop, but it's super easy for things to arc to the finish. Interesting.
If your GM is on their shit. Although I suppose that's true of any of the systems. I really like a crunchier system because, which is specifically why I go for Pathfinder. But I like something that has a lot more rules and parameters defined, because that helps me feel better prepared as a GM, which helps me actually respond better when shit hits the fan.
Sure.
I'm not great at improv.
Okay, I think I'm about done with this chef. Instead of potions bottles, she's got like spices.
Yeah.
It's always easy to be critical of things, and so for me, when I'm thinking about that, I'm just like, I haven't looked at it, so I don't really want to comment on it. But I got the convergent evolution feeling. I get the convergent evolution feeling. Yeah, like the thing with
Oh, yeah.
the thing with Kobold Press is that they have so much third-party stuff that gets thrown at them. I always, I feel like they don't curate it enough. I think that's my biggest.
Yeah.
So like, because they are trying to commercialize everything, a lot of it's free, which is fine. But anytime someone's like, I have this new thing by Kobold Press that I want to put in my game, it's just like, it's probably going to need some work.
Yeah,
I don't have confidence that it's not broken as balls. So I've been hesitant to check out their game because I feel like it has the same level. I just assume, right? I'm completely assuming that it's going to have that same level of non-polish.
They do have look just only a cursory glance, but it does look like they have better rules for multi-classing than first edition Pathfinder had. Like I have endless problems with the list of prestige classes, which is really the only way you can functionally multi-class in Pathfinder.
There were some other ways to do it, but for the most part, taking the prestige class things to like get back your spell levels and stuff
Yeah.
were required.
Yeah. So I like the I like that there is a well-defined, and it looks like it's pretty simple, system for multi-classing. That's a plus.
Do you think that someone with the chef background, you think heat metal would just be
Oh, totally, right?
right? Like every chef would learn that.
Honestly, they should have it as a cantrip.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like a powered down version, so it's specifically.
Has to be a cooking pan or smaller object.
Yeah, or
Instead of-
yeah, I guess it's not you. It's not at range. It's an object, a metal object you touch becomes heated for.
You become the
period of
convection
time.
oven.
Yeah. The acid cantrip for ceviche.
There you go.
That's funny. I like the idea that a chef is kind of like a healer subclass,
Yeah.
and they're passing out like shot glasses of gazpacho as like healing items.
That was something I was looking at with. I started talking about shot glasses as the size of a potion.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my short, and
Which I liked. I thought that was really good insight.
I think it's kind of funny. It's funny how close it is to that. But like, bartenders are bartenders healers, and I keep thinking about that. It's just like, is really because if you're fighting and you're tired and you can't keep going, and someone just crams a shot of whiskey down your throat. It's like, okay, alcoholic, good. It's like, oh no, healing potions are just alcohol. That's not good. You make them from distilled troll blood. Maybe trolls are just really drunk all the time.
They have whatever that they
brewery.
all are infected. Yeah, they're all infected with that thing where their bowels constantly produce alcohol.
Mm-hmm. The alchemist is the mixologist of the adventuring world. Yep, I think so.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I think we're done with that. Let's roll the dice. There are 3 left. Let's get a d6 out here. Sure, I have one. Apparently, I don't. There it is. That's holding up a figure. Roll my grandfather's die. A 2. A necromantic goblin with a pet vulture. That said necromancer goblin. Necromantic goblin sounds fun too, though. Those are 2 different things.
Yeah, I found the Tales of the Valiant character sheet, and it is organized better than the first edition Pathfinder character sheet, I think.
Did they go back to having touch AC?
Not as stated. There are slots for your character to have different levels of AC, and the example character sheet specifically lists an unarmored AC.
Okay.
So it's pretty clear that it's open to touch AC, but I don't think that is specifically a mechanic. Also, it's clear that they've got the 5e death save system.
That's been
3
pretty
successes, 3
popular,
failures.
even though I'm not a fan of it. Like I think 'cause,
Yeah.
Pathfinder Second Edition also took it.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took it, made it more complicated.
They did make it more complicated.
They also have, it looks like they also have a it's either 5e's exhaustion system or it's very similar.
I need to play with that more.
Yeah. Everything I've seen though tells me personally that I think I'd rather be playing first edition Pathfinder. Mostly because there is just way more material because it's been around for 10 years.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Starfinder just because it's all 2E compatible.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be looking at that here in the near future. The next video is going to be the Skittermander, and I just haven't got it done yet. For the last 2 months, I haven't got it done yet.
Yeah. Do you still have issues with Screaming Boy every time you sit down to do a voiceover?
Yeah, I mean, basically. I think the other problem is if I start recording an audio, he just wants to see what I'm talking to or doing.
Yeah.
So my only time to do that is when he's asleep, which is why I'm streaming while he's asleep.
Yep.
And then on the days that I'm not streaming, I'm trying to get everything else done. And I'm just not prioritizing the videos.
Yeah.
Which maybe I should. Maybe I should prioritize those. Especially with the game kind of being done soon. I mean, the game is not done, but like I'm hitting the milestone that I wanted to hit. So maybe I should take some time to do some videos and then go back to it to really clean it up.
I like the grumpy skeleton face on this little goblin guy.
Yeah, I'm going to give him some face paint. I might just leave. I might just do it with some shading. Man.
I do think I've decided after this, short game of Daggerheart, I think I do need to actually sit down and make myself self-play Draw Steel.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of stuff in there that I was interested and excited about, and then I just kind of I sat down to make a character and lost all steam on that.
Bummer.
But yeah, this very frustrating actually.
Just because it was too complicated or other things?
I think it was a mixture specifically of the writing and the way the information was organized in the in character creation, and then also a bunch of other shit happening, including health issue stuff. Yeah. So, but there are still some really interesting mechanical choices that they made, and I want to actually see them play out in a game.
That's Matt Colville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Matt Colville.
I love his DM style, and I hate his writing.
Same. And also, I'm sure that I could not play a game at his table.
I'll still tell anybody that wants to start learning how to DM, go watch his videos on how to do that.
Yeah.
I respect the man horribly. They seem to hesitate to take a full step away from 5e in the same way that Pathfinder 1 felt like that with 3.5. But Pathfinder 1 wasn't really trying to divert from 3.5. Pathfinder 1 was trying to divert from 4, is the thing. Pathfinder 1 went back to the 3.5 system.
Yeah.
They were trying to.
They were specifically trying to
streamlined.
cut out a bunch of the
Yeah.
3.5 bloat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because 3.5 got real bloated.
It did. And then fourth edition went in such a different direction that they were like, no, this isn't what we want out of D&D. And so they
Yeah.
redid it. But it's 3.5 compatible. Like, you can play anything in 3.5. You can convert to Pathfinder. I said I would be interested in what you guys felt like after play because it was a wheelhouse. It was in the wheelhouse. After play bounce off.
Yeah.
Dense document. I've had people bounce off of the dense document. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about.
Yeah.
And like Pathfinder's not wholly, like they have kind of the same problem. I have a lot of people that don't want to play Pathfinder because it's too much. But
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we played so much first edition helped with that, right? Like,
Yeah. It's strongly
Pathfinder's never been
influenced
great at
our ability to play second edition. Yeah.
Pathfinder's never been good at bringing in new people. That's just never
No.
been good. You really have to have somebody like introduce it to you, and which is why I like 5e. 5e had a good ability to just pick up and go.
Yeah. I do think this Tales of the Valiant system. I totally get what you were saying about how it feels like a convergent evolution sort of deal, because it really does look like they looked at what was good with 5e and said, okay, let's beef it up a little bit, give it a little bit more. And it's not really surprising to me that it looks like Pathfinder First Edition now.
Sure. Pathfinder's
because-
extrapolated D&D. Like, it's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think Kobold Press had a really good opportunity to do that, because they basically have all the metrics for what people actually want out of a tabletop RPG, because they sell so much of the stuff. Like, they, out of anybody, should have been able to see, like, hey, this is what people are creating, and this is what people are asking for. So yeah, you'd think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I assume it will be. I'm like, my assumption right now, looking at it, and I'm gonna have to like, all of everything that I have said and am saying is subject to change when I have the opportunity to actually sit down by myself and like deep dive through all of these documents, and actually look at the mechanics of the system. But my initial response is, oh, this is a really good in-between for me to get people from 5e into a new system and then jump them into Pathfinder, which is what I would want to play in. So that really is just my table.
So,
you all know that I'm a Paizo simp. This
Yeah.
is not surprising.
Oh, just said the playtest document for Frosty was designed for quick play, not for easy play, and that kind of frustrates me.
Yeah.
Because those two things should be the same thing. And unfortunately, like, really, if you want to play something to like get people into fantasy games or tabletop games, pick up Hero Quest. Like, it's self-contained.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Even I have a Pathfinder board game, and it's too complicated for most people to play. it's ridiculous. I even had one of my cousins was trying to play D&D with their kids, and I'm like, get the 5e starter kit, and she's pretty smart. Like, she's one of the more intelligent people that I know. She's a lawyer. Like, I have nothing bad to say about her, and she struggled with it. It's just like, it's a different kind of mindset of learning how to DM if you have no help. Like, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
You have no help. It's not something you just pick up and go. So yeah, buy a book, learn the book, buy another book, learn that book, and then make up a story. So it's hard to compare things. It's hard to say that. I mean, I think we do a good job here of talking about like the reason that some games are good for some situations, right? Like, that's what we're saying. 5e is a really good introductory thing. And I think people hear that as being like, well, 5e's not childish or it's not underdeveloped. It's like, it's not. It's just the way it's designed is not deep. And it doesn't mean you can't have deep games, and it doesn't mean you can't have really great stories and a fun time and have a great adventure with it. But but there's a lot more options out there. And people don't have to get defensive about that. Like, you can love and play all these things and have favorites and want people to play them with you. And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
And even now.
It's literally all about how a thing is designed, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't say a hot tub is bad because you can't swim laps in it, like it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Can you cook a turkey in a hot tub? Probably not, but maybe. Like it's just
I don't
it's
know.
different things. It's different
yeah.
things. So I'm very much, once again, like as the new D&D stuff is going to start coming out, I'm really interested to see what they do, because there are so many other options right now, and I feel like people are migrating towards Daggerheart because maybe not the right reasons. And what I mean by that is, like, I've seen a lot of people. What is Heroes Quest? I will get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Daggerheart, I think, came from the mind of Matt Mercer and the Daggerheart team, and so people are kind of jumping onto that because they're like, oh, those are people I love, I'm going to support the hell out of them. That doesn't mean you have to abandon anything else you've ever played. Like,
Yeah,
you can go back and
totally.
play second edition right now if you want. So, and I think people see that and then they get sad because they're like, oh, the new stuff isn't as good. It's just like, play the old stuff. There's nothing wrong playing with the old stuff.
Yeah.
Heroes Quest is a board game that came out in the 70s, 80s. I don't know. when.
Yeah, 80s.
It's amazing. Oh, is that so? Hi. Good morning.
It's very fantasy. It's basically like dumbed down D&D. You have like individual little models. I think it's up to 4 players, if I
I
remember
believe so,
correctly.
yeah. 4 adventures and the Dungeon Master.
Yeah. 4 adventures in the Dungeon Master. And it really is D&D light. They've got a game board that and it comes with all of these little like bits of like game furniture and stuff. So there's doors and stuff, and all of the modules work around the same kind of board design, but that the board design changes because you put doors in different places, and traps can be moved around depending on tiles. So it really is just D&D light. Let's see.
Yes, I'll see if I can find a picture somewhere. Or you can find
Produced
one if
by
you want to throw it in
Milton
Discord.
Bradley.
Yeah, it was very much like, hey, people like fantasy games, tabletop games, and then they made a board game that you can just basically, you pick the character because they're all pre-generated. There's only 4 of them. So you're like, I'm going to be the elf, and I'm going to draw 3 equipment card. These are the equipment I have for the time being, and then you adventure through and you try to beat the end boss. Like, that's the thing. And they had a bunch of different little. There's one pamphlet that had like 15 different variants of the game. And since then, now they have a bunch of. I think they've added some new characters, like the community has, and you can buy like 3D printed versions of the game. Which I kind of.
They were coming out with expansions all the time while it was running too.
Yep. There's
Which
like a
also added new characters.
Mummy Lich Lord and a whole bunch of other stuff. But God, the figures were great because they were plastic. And so if you wanted to get into D&D, all of a sudden, you had to go to the store and buy like the $15 pewter ones, or you could buy a Hero Quest box from a thrift store for $8, and then you had an entire army of goblins. It was amazing. I used them for so much.
Yeah.
And then my roommate stole them. So, Zach, I'm putting you on blast. I want my figures back. Oh, is that so? What's going on? Playing with your ears? Your little teethy hurt? Oh my goodness. Test plays can stress me out, yeah. Having played in a testing environment, it's like simultaneously playing a game rather than the actual getting into the meat of play. Yeah.
Simulating play game, yeah.
That was something I used to do with something I tried to tell Jump Rope about when I was trying to get her into DMing. Was very much just like, if you want to run an encounter and you're not sure about it, make 4 characters or take the player's characters and just run the combat yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying it out.
Yeah, totally.
Whoa, loud kid. I think this kid might want some milk, so I might need to take a break. I'm about done with this necromancer anyways. I wanted to give him some chains. Maybe he's got some earrings. Give him some.
I like the lantern staff. I saw a really cool idea for a fire staff illustration the other day. I think it was on Instagram, but it really looked like an ornate modified torch
Oh, cool.
stuck on the end of a staff, basically. And I was like, hell yeah, that's a great idea. Why have I never thought of that? That is so simple.
I really want to put lighting and stuff in my game. To have characters that have torches or towers that are torches, you know. But I have not yet figured out how to make that really viable or functional or fun. But it's something I'm going to play with.
You'd pretty much have to build a nighttime level, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And then that character isn't viable if there's only a nighttime level, you know. Like in Helldivers, they started trying to add lights and stuff to the guns, but their lighting system isn't that great, and so like most of the things in the world that are glowing just blow out the camera, and so my friends spend most of the time just shooting lights to get rid of them.
Yep.
And then the lights on your guns aren't really helping that much, so people just don't play the night side of the planet. Like it's really funny if you're on the night side of the planet, there'll be like one ship. If you go to the day side of the planet, there's like 100. It's dramatic. All right, I'll be right back. 1 second.
Yep.
Wow. What's going on? Why are you so grump? Okay, I'm back.
Hey. I have been quiet. I realize that my voice is still kind of raw from doing most of the talking in game setup last night.
Oh yeah. We tried to play D&D last night, and I was trying to run Kevin and Lars through the chain demon encounter.
Yeah.
And the boy just kept screeching and screaming in the background. And it was
Oof.
It was bad. It was bad. It was frustrating. All right, Japanese witch,
sorry.
human female, elderly woman. All right. might do this one a little bit different. We'll try to cut some shapes here.
Gonna do some painting?
Possibly. We'll see if I decide to actually use multiple colors or if I just erase stuff. Is it a good cookie? Oh. It says elderly woman. But it also says that she's wearing a kimono. Which, I mean, old people can wear kimonos, but, like... those two are conflicting shapes. I want to put the hair in front of all the clothes. But if I want to show off the kimono...
Yeah.
What's the most important visual piece here? That she's old? That she's wearing a kimono? Or... Because I was going to go, like, super old grandma here. With just, like, her nose sticking out. And me. She's also got a katana, which is a different... Like, if I want to show that off, it's got to be a different pose. So, I think we're going to change it. Okay.
I still really like your little blobby shark
Thank
down
you.
there in the corner. Every time I look over at this screen, he catches my eye and it just makes me smile.
It's pretty funny. What's going on, kid? Please don't push on that. Thinking the witch from Snow White, but with a sword.
Yeah.
Have you seen, oh god, how old is that now? Mike Snow, any of the Mike Snow music videos?
I don't recognize the name, so I don't think so.
One of his video, or albums, he just got a guy, which might be him, I'm not sure, with just a giant nose. And so all his music videos have this guy running and doing different things throughout the videos. Loading into a fairy tale game, yeah. What? Hey, what are you doing? Going down? Where are you going with this? I think this is old apple juice. I don't think you can drink this. Yeah, that's old apple juice from yesterday. Let me get the boy a drink. 1 second.
Yesterday's apple juice does indeed sound dangerous.
Can I have some? No. Hey, don't touch that. Don't touch the computer, kid. No. Don't touch it. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to put my computer on my desk or something.
The tower, you mean?
Yeah.
Keeps reaching for that power button, huh?
Yep. I've disabled the switch, so it only turns it on,
Yep.
and the reset button, or disabled the reset button, so I can only have to use the on button to like power down the computer if I need to. And that's on a toggle, so I can have that covered up, but he's figured out how to use toggles, so gotta be careful.
Yup. Hearing about your experiences with your kid makes me realize many of the reasons that I did not think of about specifically why my sister-in-law is very strict about her kids not having very much access to computers within their home.
Interesting. Extrapolate on that.
The headache of having to like keep a like $1,500 piece of equipment out of the sticky, ruinous
Gotcha.
fingers of a 5-year-old
Yeah, that's right.
or younger. Because I'm sure you know, you can tell your kid that there's a room they're not allowed to go in, and that's where you keep your computer. But
Yeah, I really should have like my own office, but the problem is I can't separate myself from him long enough to ever use the office, so I don't think it would get
Yep.
used.
yeah, exactly.
So my office is now also a daycare. Guess
Yeah.
I should
No,
say.
my sister-in-law is not like against computers or computer games
Okay.
or anything. She's nervous about screen time, justifiably. And has enough kids, being Mormon, she has enough kids that I think she learned what you can and can't reasonably expect a child to get into.
I just realized how sticky half of my screen is.
Oh no.
It's alright. I'll make it work.
Hmm.
Dum, dum, dum. Traditional art, traditional art. Tits out. Damn you, Google search. Yep, I take it back. The second traditional Japanese mountain witch has her tits out. So maybe that's just canonical. So does the first one. All right, well. Apparently that's how you become a forest witch. I would not be surprised if you just typed in witch anywhere and it's got somebody with their tits out, so.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe it's just... It's fine.
Corvus isn't here to call me out, but I'm not going to comment anyway.
Yep.
I think you caught a really good posture for an old woman.
Tried not to go super creakety, but I went a little heavy.
Yeah, totally.
Has the pirate software fiasco flown over yet?
What? I'm not sure what pirate software fiasco has happened.
Oh, people were pissed off at him because a whole bunch of reasons. 2 weeks ago, it was all the buzz on the internet, and now I haven't heard anything. So I assume it either blew over or he retired. One of the two.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, he was being a dick about the don't save games or don't what the hell it's called.
Don't delete games.
Yeah.
So he wasn't for being able to archive.
From my
games?
understanding, he was not, and people got mad about it.
Oh. Well. That's
the last thing I saw was a compilation called I never said I worked at Blizzard, and then it was 30 minutes of him saying I worked at Blizzard. And I thought that was really funny, but people were mad. People were upset. So.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I can understand why people would be upset. I can also understand why Thor,
Don't
the
kill
person
games.
who has been a game dev for a very long time, doesn't care.
I think there is an argument to be made about like the don't kill games thing makes total sense to me, right? Like
Yeah, totally.
But it's not
in general, I am in support of it.
Yeah, I am too. I'm generally in support of that too. It is not as simple as just saying, hey, you have to make sure your game works forever. Like that's leave games in a playable state. Totally legitimate. Really what you're asking, because it's I think too naive to say that that's just what you have to do. Really what you're asking is, hey, stop making games required to be on the internet. And I think that's a fair thing to say. I think that's an absolute fair thing to say.
I agree.
But it needs to be said that way, and so I think there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more that needs to be discussed than just hey, don't kill my games. So.
The other aspect that I think of immediately is about needing to modify copyright laws so that, like, I don't think when a company puts down a game that immediately it should leave their copyright, but that's what, 70 years, where like we're moving at a pace now where, especially for video games, waiting for 70 years for the IP rights to enter the public commons is not really feasible for properties anymore, especially in digital media. So for games, which, let's be honest, like what they are is a storytelling medium in the same way that movies and books and whatnot are. There is an argument to be made there specifically that at some point a game that is no longer being marketed should be allowed to be archived.
So this is you bring up a really interesting point, and I want to unpack it a little bit. So don't think I'm being
no, totally.
The reason copyright is written the way it is so that the author can capitalize on it for their lifetime, right? That's why it is as long as it is.
Well, that was originally it was 15 years, or it was or maybe it was 20 years, and then Disney lawyers decided it needed to be longer, and so then it was 50 years, and now I think it's 70.
Okay, so but what I'm getting at is that is designed to protect the author, and the thing that I wanted to bring up is that when you have a video game that is owned by a company and made by a group of 400 people, who actually has the copyright for that? Who's actually being protected? In that thing, and so
the company. Yeah,
I think there is definitely I think a better way to look at that is to not just needing to revise the copyright code, but really like redefine how we're doing that. Because if a company abandons an IP, does that just go away? Who originally wrote that story? Who designed the game? Who owns the game mechanics? And who's getting residuals for those anyway? So who's it protecting?
Yeah.
And if the company decides, hey, we're just going to scrap this and we don't want it anymore, like, where should that fall? And we need to very, very carefully define that. And usually there is in some that's usually laid out in contract law, like when they write the contract for the people.
Yeah.
And the downside to that is, and this is something I've actually dealt with some of the people I know, a lot of times whoever owns those rights falls back to like the original writer who isn't even really making a game. They're like, oh yeah, I made that game in the 80s, and now I don't make games anymore, or I don't really have an interest in remaking that game. And so you can just ask them, like, hey, can I make this? And a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, sure. But when it's a huge company, they bogart it, right? Because they're waiting for someone to want to buy it from them. And that is a problem.
100%.
I feel like we need to address
a really good point as well.
Abandonware as a total, not just games. Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's just...
Yes.
And I do think that starts and stems from... I'm going to finish reading this real quick. If you're no longer going to service the software for my microscopes, okay. But I want to pay Steve to make it work so the microscope can be sold to compatible with Windows 11. I should be able to do that myself and give it away for free. And yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, that's the open source model, right? So give me that. No, stop it.
Yeah. Which is, it doesn't boil down to, but it's very much adjacent to right to repair laws.
Yeah.
Which we also have issues with. Thanks, John Deere.
Yeah, and that's the exact same thing, I think, because really it is like the company has a vested interest in retaining those things just to squeeze money out of something.
Yeah, even if they're not using
it.
Just to make sure that they still control the market.
Oh, there's a market here? Cool. Buy it from me so that other people can use it. But it's like you're abandoning all the people that need to use that product. And so, once again, that goes, well, that's another bird you just destroyed, kid. Cool. No, you can't have anything on the desk. You cannot. That's not for you. No. Oh, no, I was getting upset. I might have to go here soon. But yeah, I mean, it's like that's really all, I think, the things that we need to talk about with this, beyond just like the blanket, hey, make games run. It's like, why are we saying that games need to be online? Period. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. If you're selling a game for a console, you should be able to buy it and functionally use it on the console by itself, unless it's an MMO or a multiplayer game. I don't expect people to play non-MMO games without the internet. I get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if the game is not playable because your internet goes out, period, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
So, and it has to be marketed and sold that way. Because like it's the same thing with like World of Warcraft. If Blizzard all of a sudden shut down, I wouldn't expect Blizzard to be like, okay, we're gonna give away free server data to everybody so they can do their own thing. Because you can do that. You can make your own WoW servers. Like, I think you're pirating it a little bit, but at the same time, like, you can download those clients to do that. That's a viable option. And that's what people used to do. It's like when an MMO went down, they just said, hey, we're done here. Here are the launch codes if you want to host your own servers. Go for it. I know a bunch of people that used to play old MMOs like that because that was the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So purposely blocking those is the thing that pisses me off. Purposely blocking.
I know a couple of YouTubers who still play like original WoW on dedicated individual server.
Another thing that, like, part of it is the complacency that we've kind of run into with that anyways. Battlefield, I think Battlefield 2 or 3, you had to host your own server.
Yeah.
There were like 2 or 3 official servers that were not anywhere near where I lived, and so it was just like, if you didn't have access to those servers, tough shit, host them yourselves. And there were companies that were popping up being like, hey, we'll host your Battlefield server for you for $10 a month, and that was the thing. Right? Like, so there are ways around that, and from past experience to begin with. So I think a lot of companies like soft locking their games is bullshit. I think game companies that are like Nintendo not wanting to let people trade discs anymore, like the cartridges, that's super bullshit. Like, that's I think the underlying thing.
100% agree. So, because especially if you're purchasing a contract, or if you're purchasing a, like, you're
basically, a lot of them are trying to lease games to people instead of
instead of having them buy it. And if you're selling somebody a cartridge, like, you've given them a physical object with all the data on it. I feel like there's no reasonable way you can claim at that point that they have leased it to you.
So I think there's a lot more complexity there that people need to look at, and we'll see what happens with the EU, because it's only dealing with EU anyways. And what we've seen in a lot of other situations like this is when something happens in one country, it's easier just to apply that everywhere. So
especially if it's a very, like, if it's an economic power where like an international company is going to get a significant chunk of their revenue from.
And so, like, if Nintendo gets yelled at in Europe, Nintendo's just going to start doing that everywhere because it's easier to not parse it. So we'll see what happens.
It is the smallest legal thing that I'm currently worried about.
Okay, I got one left. We're gonna try to get this done before the boy loses his shit. Got a bat folk. To draw. I think I accidentally drew on the goblin. But yeah, Thor got yelled at. It was my internet feed for a little while. I haven't heard anything for a while, so I don't know what happened. For some reason, the kid is obsessed with, like, day or 2-day-old apple juice, and I'm kind of worried that he's becoming an alcoholic.
Oh no.
Because, like, I'll just find a cup with apple juice in it and be like, how old is that? And then he's just like, I want that. And it's like, no, you cannot have this. Is now officially too late for me to have an idea for the week. Yes, it is. Monday. Get those in on Monday. Bad Folk, War Priest, Paladin of Light, Brandishing a Morning Star. Okay. What do you got, kid? What'd you find? What is it? You ripped the mute button off of a keyboard. Awesome. Now I just need to figure out which keyboard that was. Probably the old
dear.
broken one. What do you got? What do you got? You want a book? I would give you some dice, but I don't trust you with them. You put them in your mouth yesterday. Well, that book went right in your mouth. Will you drink your water, please? Can I give you water? No, you too spoiled for water? This kid keeps shoving chicka chicka boom boom into me. Like, read this. He wants me to read it. And then as soon as I start reading it, he's just like, ah, the book sucks. He walks away. Yeah, you see it? It's about letters. It's about letters and coconut trees, and it's made with vector graphics. Chicka chicka boom boom. Yeah. I think you just want to flip the book. Here's more letters that you don't understand. More letters. Yep. Ta-da! All the letters. That's a moon. Yellow. Yellow moon.
Oh, I got an ad for dice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Orange moon. You say orange?
I don't think I've ever gotten that ad before, so I think your channel must be...
I keep
the algorithm must recognize your channel as related to TTRPGs.
I keep putting whenever I show off the red dice in my shorts, I put it as a product to be sold. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe. That would make sense.
What kind of muzzles do bats have?
It very much depends on the bat.
Well, shit.
The easiest is probably Flying Fox, which is literally just a dog
Dog.
face.
Yeah.
A little doggo with demon wings.
Gotta figure out this screeching thing. I assume you guys heard that, unless Discord blew it out.
I didn't catch it.
Interesting. You can hear him? Yeah. YouTube probably is forced to listen. But I'm a boy dog.
How am I gonna... I don't...
I'm glad you got that.
Yep. I think it's hilarious how that's very funny as a response became a thing at that table.
Yeah, I'm a boy dog, or
No, like, because Derek's response to that is nice. That's very funny. I like that. I like that a lot. Other people at the table, like Mikey, for example, with Bitsy's Polaroids, mixing Polaroids with hemorrhoids up joke. Mikey, like, barely able to speak. He doesn't get out the knife, but he does say that's very funny.
have to ignore it. Do streams start every Friday, planning on Monday? So on Monday I post the community post on the community page. So, and then if you suggest things on Monday, it will get used for the Wednesday and Friday stream. And then every Friday we erase the list and start over again on Monday. So you can suggest your characters anytime from Monday to Friday. But if you put them on the post on Monday, I have them for both live streams. I need to continue watching Legends of Adventures.
Same.
He's good.
I also need to pick back up Rot Grind.
I haven't watched any Rock Grind yet.
It's
What do you
much
got?
like Pathfinder. It's much drier.
Is it?
Yeah. They are also a funny group, but you can tell they're not professional comedians that are playing D&D. They are Pathfinder enthusiasts playing Pathfinder. I was looking out for more of because Narrative Declaration is the name of that channel. I was looking out for more of Rust Crew, which is the campaign that had Joe Cat playing and
Oh.
Froggy. I've only watched like 4 episodes, and I'm not sure if they stopped running those. They might have had some scheduling difficulty getting the game up again. I don't know.
I think Joe Cat has been doing. Joe Cat's been doing a. I don't know if it's a weekly thing or it was just like a subathon thing where he was wearing a maid's outfit, and that popped up like every day for a good while there.
I haven't seen any of that. That's very funny.
You gotta
It
be
also
on, you gotta
seems
be
like
on
such a Joe
YouTube at
Cat
like
thing
3
to do.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. It's a very Joe Cat sort of thing to do, right?
I'm glad Joe Cat came back
Ah,
to the internet.
yeah, me too.
I do think that's one of those kind of what we were talking about earlier of the people are just gonna be shitty.
Yeah, yeah. And it would be nice if people decided they were going to be less shitty. I ran across. I don't even remember where I read it, but it might have been Reddit.
Okay.
It was like it was a little bit of a discussion about respect, and like in response to somebody saying the classic "respect is earned." Somebody shot back, no, it's not, that's stupid. If everybody, in order to get any respect, has to prove they deserve it like the first time you meet them, then nobody would give anybody any respect. In order for society to function, respect is the default and disrespect is earned. So don't come in here and act like a piece of shit and say that you deserve respect when you give none to anyone else.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I like that. Disrespect is earned.
Yeah, I
was gonna say,
liked
like,
it as well.
Because yeah, like I think the way my brain would work is that you give people respect and then they can lose it.
Yeah,
Is what I was going to
exactly.
say. But at the same time, like that gives people the opportunity to shit all over you all the time, at least once.
Yeah. Yeah, at least once.
But-
I think that they deserve that opportunity, though, and then if they prove they don't deserve another one, then you don't give them another opportunity, and if they want your respect after that, then they can earn it back.
Sure.
But I am now a firm believer of respect is the default,
Sure.
disrespect is earned. Anyway, but like, you can't boil down the whole of a human
Right.
existence into like a single adage, right? It's just it was a thing that was sad, and I liked it.
What's the punk thing? Hold on a second.
I don't know anything about punk anything, so I don't know to what you are referring.
I was trying to think of the similarity between hard drugs and famous quotes is that they work well for maybe an hour and then don't get long results.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
The curse to every mantra is they're empty without action. That was the other one I was looking at. Yeah.
Also good.
Quotes don't define anything because they don't always work. Meow, 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 meow. Tiny fingers. Hi, kid. What are you doing? Screaming? See the Batman? See the bat? Please don't put your foot on the desk. Nope. Alright, I gotta go change it down. I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right. I like this little bat guy. Oof. It's a good thing I didn't draw today, chat. I am exhausted.
For people who want more Rook out of context, I just had to ask, why is there toothpaste on my Hurley bat?
It sounds like something. It sounds like a question for the boy.
Yeah. Needs a mace. Do you put a mace upside down so that it cracks you in the knee, or do you pull it through a loop so that the spike is at your hip? How do you holster a mace?
That is a good question. I think you hang it from a loop.
Yeah, but that once again would put the heavy part and the sharp part right at knee level.
Yep.
And that is no bueno. As someone who has hung stuff from their belt like hammers, you don't do that.
I think hang it from a loop in the same way that you hang a hammer from a tool belt. Head of the mace at your hip, handle dangling down.
Okay.
Your leg.
That would make more sense.
And then I think they also often will have like a leather loop that you wrap around your wrist, like a weir.
Oh yeah,
so
that would make sense. That's for
yeah,
keeping it on your hand, not for your belt.
yeah.
Okay.
I think
That makes way more sense. I will put up the Draw Steel Arcurses Ancestries? Oh, classes. Okay, for the Discord and some brief descriptions if anybody wants to take inspiration from it. You want a ball? Look at this. Look at this ball. What is this?
I appreciate that, Elliot.
What color? What color? I've been trying to use the parrot methodology for the boy.
Yep.
Not working so well.
Everything you've told me about your kid makes me think that he's actually very smart.
Oh, he's stupid smart. He's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah. My older sister, who is the smartest of my siblings by far, did not speak until she was like 3 years old, and then just literally started speaking in full sentences one day when she could no longer get what she wanted.
That's what my mom said
non-verbally.
too. She's like, a lot of kids that don't talk early will just start talking. Like, they won't talk because they can't make the full sentence. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what we've discovered with him. Like, he'll do he knows so many animal noises and like sounds and letter sounds. But then you're like, what is this? And he goes, eh. It's like, you didn't even try. It's just like, eh. So we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. Now he's just screaming, and I don't know why he's just screaming. He discovered that he could make that noise, and he's just like, "This is amazing. Check this out!" And he just goes. It's like, oh god, yeah, yeah. He's pretty smart though. Okay, I think you have a hang it from your belly waistline rather than from your hip waistline. Yeah, that's what I would think. Like, so hammers, like if you ever work construction or anything, you can buy hammer loops, which are just little metal loops on a piece of leather that you attach to your tool belt or your belt, and you literally just stash your hammer in it. So I would assume something like that would work just as well for a mace.
Yeah.
But like morning stars or pokey, So there's really no good way to store that on your person.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just one of those, you hang it up or you leave it somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's like that. In that case, it's a weapon like a spear. In which case, it's
You just carry
you.
it.
Yeah, you stash it or you carry it, and there's no in between. Honestly, like ease of carry is, I think, the thing that separates sword usage from most other weapons.
Right. And I think also, like, I read something about that where, like, swords were not common weapons, and if they were used, and then as soon as you didn't need them, you got rid of them. But everybody had one because they were common, cheap weapons to make, and so you carried them on your hip and you went places. But then, like, the really important weapons were spears and halberds and, like, shields. People carrying huge things that you couldn't really just take with you everywhere.
Yeah, and I think it was like that right up until a point where the sword became a weapon of nobility, and then like that whole dynamic kind of swapped.
Yeah. Which at that point, like, that was right at the cusp of like combat being that way. Period. Is just kind of out.
Yeah.
So I still want a bladed mace. Oh my goodness. They're so scary. Like, I know people, like, swords are scary, but, like, bladed mace, someone comes at you with a bladed mace, you're just like, fuck, I don't know what to do about this.
That person has 4 axes in one. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Like, there's this, I used to, my martial art days, they would always say, like, never attack somebody with a baseball bat, because they will take it from you and beat the shit out of you with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what that means to me is you need to learn how to use a baseball bat in combat. Interesting. So
I've heard the same thing about guns as well. Like, don't pull a gun on somebody, especially if they're close range, or else they're going to take it from you and shoot you in the face.
And I think the real thing about that is, like, everyone should learn how to fight. I feel like.
Yes.
And so, inexperience is never good, and guns and weapons don't help your inexperience.
Yeah. What's the Eowyn quote from Lord of the Rings? The women of this country learned long ago that those without swords could still die upon them.
Yep. That's a good one.
Still holds true today.
It still does. Okay, I am done. It's 2:00. We did a real good job today, kid. You took a good nap.
Yeah.
I got some art done. Now you're playing with the car. I kind of want to show off the game because the game is in a good state.
Yeah. I'm interested.
And then we'll go from there. I don't have a build. I should make a build and then just stream the build, but we'll do it this way. I'm just gonna move this over, scoot that there. I have to move OBS because otherwise it will implode.
Elliot makes a good point about carrying a Morning Star. You usually wear armor when you're wearing one of those.
It's true. Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter if it's on your belt if you have a armored belt.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the game. And then we'll see how it works. We've got a little bloop bloop loading screen. And then we got a little dancy crab, which is great. Settings don't work yet. But when we go to start,
reaction will be a little bit late because I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah, there's latency.
Yep.
All right, are we playing the archer, the dragoon, the mage, or the paladin?
You showed off you showed off the dragoon Wednesday.
We'll see if chat wants to see one specific. We can look at all of them. Really, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Jesus, kid, what is happening?
Elliot might be the only one still here.
God damn it! What happened?
Elliot votes mage. I'm down for mage.
Right. Buck naked and cloth greaves are a difficult state of being. I could agree with that. So here's our little mage. I guess I could show off this too. So we have our little character selections. All of these icons, I need to make them now. They just pop up showing off what they do. I gave everybody 2 towers instead of 1 tower, so they have like a buff tower. This one makes your AoE's bigger, and this one actually casts explosives. Like, it's a fireball tower.
Nice.
The kid is standing in his toy chest and just eating it continuously. So we got our little shop. Got our home base we need to protect. I still have all of the towers. These are all of the bonus towers that I have made right now. And so I left them in so I could like test them and play with them. I'm not sure if I want to take those out when I let people play test the game. Because this way you can test different towers with different people. Maybe I'll rebuild the map so you can like test it out differently, but I'm not sure if, because like I can cast them. I can make the AoE tower, which the preview needs. Today I'm going to fix these updates so that it actually makes sense instead of just being a tower. Oops, that should have been this one. Well, we got a fireball tower here, so we'll see how that goes. So this guy can shoot little fireballs. He can force push things away from him, and he can call down meteors from the sky. So that's that. That's pretty fun. And he can also, if you give yourself the fireball, he now has a fire staff, which I think is neat. And yeah, and we can fight some enemies. So we have little crabs. The blue ones might kill me. We'll find out. That you see that big circle? That's the that's the fireball turret. It doesn't have an image yet, so it's just a bloop bloop. Yeah. Oops. Victory! All waves completed. That's it. That's what I. So we can go back to characters.
I mean, that and the crabs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's the test wave. It's just 10 red crabs and one blue crab. That's what I need to do next. Is I need to build. I think this for the easy mode. I think 10 waves is probably a good test.
Yeah, probably.
And so I need to figure out the scaling. And something we were talking about was like, if how easy should the first wave in the easy mode be? Should it be 1 crab? Should it be 10 crabs? Like the tower, you think the tower would be able to. One tower should be able to defend that, I think. Like.
Yeah, honestly, I think so like there are 2 things that I think are the considerations I think you should make are, one, like how much time do you think you want each wave to take, and like how quickly does difficulty scale for your tower? Like how do your towers scale in strength?
What happened here? What are you doing? Okay.
Hey,
You
Corvus,
all
welcome back.
still here?
Yep.
Yeah.
My boy is just rampaging, so I'm letting him do it.
Yeah.
So I just noticed a bug, and I'll have to fix that, and that's fine. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. I need to add more waves so you can see that like you get to pick a pearl in between each wave, and pearls are like buffs. So like some of these will give you more attack size. I think all these give you attack size. You can come over here and buy them from the shop so I can get more health. I can't read that at all. I'm gonna have to work that out too. But the core is here. Like it exists, and now we need to start building it and have fun with it.
Yeah.
So all the buttons work, which is great. Dashing is a thing that I want to make really apparent, which I think if I give the enemies more damage, but like longer wind-ups, so you can really see like you're gonna get punched. I think that will aid in that. Here we go. He's got a ballista tower. It's a big sniper tower. So, yeah, we got some fun stuff ahead. Hey, knock it off. Get out of here. And then the idea is that you can give all these pearls to the towers or the player, and you can buff everything up that way. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to see what people do. That was just 10 red crabs, which I can adjust everything in the stats on the red crabs, but I think that's okay for the first level. And then maybe the second level I'll start introducing like the blue crabs in with it, and then just keep adding more crabs or changing like the pattern at which they spawn. So you have to kind of deal with them back and forth.
Sure.
I do think by the end of this, I'm gonna have, just with like my notes, I think I'm gonna have like 10 to 20 characters. And I say 10 to 20 because depending on whether or not I want to add lighting, that like double the amount of characters almost.
Thanks.
And then for the crabs, I think I'm gonna have eventually like 20 different types of crabs, which some of those are gonna be like a little variants of each other, like. But for the most part, I think we're gonna have like 5 or 6 different types, and then variants of each of those types. So should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to get this finished this weekend. This kind of bare bones, white box, gray box, whatever the hell you call it, version of the game, so that people can play it. And I will post that on Patreon. Oh, you finally bonk your head. Come here. Yeah. Oh. You fine? What happened? Did you tip the box over on yourself? He's fine. What do you got? You got a card? Yeah, all those tears went right away as soon as I picked you up, so I think you're okay. Yeah. So if you are a Patreon member or you're following on Patreon, go check that out. I'll try to have that up by Monday. I'm going to keep working on the video, keep working on this. Hopefully, next week, I'll actually be able to start working on all of these icons are missing. Like, all of these are just kind of really basic. The pearls are all gray, except for the fire one, because I worked on the fire one a little more, which can also give you different special powers when you equip them differently. So we'll work on that. And I think next week what I'm going to try to do is we'll still have the Wednesday, Friday stream. And then since I've done...
Birthday's next Friday.
What's that? Oh, your
My birthday's next Friday.
People want to donate money to Corvus's birthday. Let me know. Try to get him a book or something. I'm going to try to start streaming on Twitch again, probably at night. So maybe Tuesday, Thursday. We'll actually try to just work on the game during those live streams. So we'll go from there. We'll have some fun.
Rook After Dark.
Yep, Rook After Dark. I discovered that they've changed their policy, so I can't do sexy nudes on Twitch anymore. But we'll keep working on the game and stuff on Twitch. So I think that'll be our next new project. That's going to be this swivel we're going to make. I haven't posted anything on Instagram in months. So I think we're going to start trying to hit that really hard with like all the assets and stuff. So if you are interested in helping me with this process, please let me know. I will also put that up for Discord, probably if people ask me. So if people want to try the game out, let me know and I'll send you a message on Discord. And that's for feedback and stuff. So like, yeah, because I want to know what people would like to see in this kind of weird hero tower defense game, and we're gonna have fun with it. Something that I think is really fun that I discovered myself unintentionally is I made a jump pad so that you can make your characters jump really high. The Dragoon can make this, but you can also shift jump, and if you do it just right, you can launch yourself into orbit. So let's see if I can do it. Hit. It's fun when it happens. It looks like it's actually doing the opposite now. Maybe they changed it. Maybe it broke. There we go. So there's a lot of fun stuff we can do with this, and I think it's gonna be really cool. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the good suggestions today. Let's go back to this before I forget. Turn that off. Whoop, whoop. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your eyes on the table. Thanks for hanging out, Druid and Corvus.
Yeah.
Everyone in chat, thank you very much. I'll probably be in Discord a little later today, working on the game, so come hang out, and that's all I got. Bye, everybody. Say bye, kid.
Bye.
Can you say bye-bye? Oh, you waved at him. That's